Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you happen to be. It's Saturday morning, the 18th of November, here where I am in Australia. So if you want to know what tomorrow is going to be like, ask me because I'll be able to tell you. Today, what we're going to look at is, attempt to look at, is we're going to think about navigating the maze that is Meta from the point of view of the business owner, not from the point of view of someone who just uses Facebook or Instagram for personal stuff, but for someone who is trying to do ads, they're trying to boost posts, they're trying to post to various accounts simultaneously. Sometimes they're just businesses and it's just their own accounts. Other times they're contractors and they're connected into various businesses. We're going to look at how to connect into those businesses. And part of what is going to underpin this is my thoughts on how you can potentially, and potentially is the important word there, potentially avoid A, getting hacked, or B, getting banned. I've been working on Meta since it was well before Meta, since even before Instagram was around. And touch wood, I have never yet been banned. I've never yet been hacked. Now, having said that, I always cringe when I say that because I hate to think what that means. When I say things like that, am I tempting the proverbial tiger? But anyway, so what we're going to do is I'm going to share my screen here in a minute. That one and that one. So what we've got here is the classic personal feed. This is a personal account. It's the classic, who are you? What pages do you like to look at? What groups? Shortcuts that you put on there. And I'm going to take that scrolling banner off now. So don't remember to, subscribe, like, click, do all the usual Facebooky things. Not Facebook, all the usual YouTube things, I should say. So this is like your personal feed. If you're operating in the Meta business world, then you don't usually spend a lot of time on your personal feed, unless you're a bit like me and you like to go and read what's happening in other groups and you're using your personal feed for the input of information. But in terms of the output of information we're doing, you don't spend a lot of time on your personal feed. You certainly don't want to be spending time setting up ads here. You don't want to be running the back end of your business pages here. You do not want to be doing business work on your personal feed. And by the personal feed, I mean this actual personal page. This personal page should be used for basically nothing. However, while I'm on here, I will talk to you about this section here. It's very important that you do have details on this section so that when you are in groups or when you're participating personally on Meta, not Meta, but on Facebook, I should say, not Instagram, it will show up. It will give people a click to being able to find out the businesses that you're involved with. So Pet Care Magic is my e-commerce business. Karima R is my digital marketing business. And there's, of course, links to my Instagrams, links to the two various websites. And you can add as many details in here as you like. So that is important to have that bit set up on your personal. Other than that, the only other thing that is here, and hello StreamYard, just sending me an ad because I'm using it. With Facebook now, what they've done is they've taken all of the business pages and separated them out into a separate profile. So that has complicated things a big deal. It's complicated quite a lot in that we really struggle sometimes now to know. So if you go into some of these, so if I go into the page here, if it's set up properly behind the scenes, it will go into the ability to manage this page. But we've now got all of this, switch into Pet Care Magic's page to take more actions. And when I switch profiles, it's going to change. See, it's going to change the profile up here. And that automatically gives me more things I can do. But unfortunately, what's happened is they've put they've added functionality in, but they've also not removed some of the old stuff. So I don't quite know why Meta does that, but I suspect it's because they get too many complaints when they take things off. So what this has done is it's gone into Facebook.com, Pet Care Magic, as distinct from the business side of it. I'll come back to this business stuff in a minute, but it's gone into the Facebook.com. So you've got Facebook.com, and then you've got business.facebook.com. And if you're really seriously doing anything, I'm not sure whether you can see that on the screen, but see that there, business.facebook.com. If you're really seriously doing anything on Meta from a business point of view, you should be used to operating more in, and I'm just going to change this to this one. You should be more used to operating in this business.facebook.com rather than in facebook.com. So again, get yourself into two mindsets. Mindset number one is, this is me personally, just playing around on Facebook, looking at feeds, participating in groups as an individual, as against this is me as my business, or me as a contractor for a business, or running an agency, operating from a business point of view, because these are business accounts. Unfortunately, showing you the back end of this is reasonably complicated because I actually have three different ad managers set up, and I've also got ability to go into various other accounts because of the nature of the work I do. So let's assume you're going to want to post to your business. Hang on, sorry, I'll backtrack back from that a minute. Let's assume that you're just going to do quick things on your page. So let's say, okay, it's Saturday. Saturday is when I do most of the things for Pet Care Magic. Let's say it's Saturday and I want to sit here and put up a video or put up a photo or post a reel. I can do all that here via the page when I'm in this account, or I can do it. Let's go to the same one here, or I can do it here. Content is where I want to be, or I can do it. It's a bit slow. There we go. Or I can do it here by creating a post, creating a story, posting video across pages, going live, creating reels. I can do a lot more now when I'm in this business.facebook.com via the Meta Business Suite than I can the old way we used to do it. But I can do some things the old way. So when do I do what? Well, it sort of depends on how much I'm doing. If I'm wanting to simultaneously create a post and post it across the Facebook page, the Instagram page, and the group associated with this page, and any other groups that I've got this page associated with, I can. So why do I use which bit? Well, it sort of depends on the fastest way to do anything in my world. And the fastest way to do anything is to simultaneously post stuff to various places, rather than having to go into one and post it and go into Instagram and post it. I very rarely am in Instagram ever anymore. Also within this, if you've got the connection set up well, we're going to cancel this. If you've got the connection set up well, and I'll show you how to do that shortly, you can actually monitor the inbox from here. So this is the inbox for Messenger, Instagram, WhatsApp if I had it connected, Facebook comments off a Facebook post that I might be running, or a paid ad that I might be running, or Instagram comments. So I can do all this from one place. which makes it, of course, much easier. I've got a much bigger overview of what's going on. I'm only in one spot when I'm having to do that. Remember, we're back up here in business.facebook.com. I can do things like insights. I can, the planner is just a calendar view of all this. I can look at notifications. I can also take ads from here. And then the other thing about Meta Business Suite is it allows you to go back into quite a lot of, other places. So Facebook now, or Meta, I should say, because it's Facebook and Instagram, has like 3 levels. It has the top level, which is your personal profile, and now we're out of that now because I switched into Pet Care Magic page here. It automatically took me back out of my personal account into Pet Care Magic up here. So you sort of get used to watching that button and knowing sort of where it is. So Facebook now has three main levels. There's the top, good old-fashioned personal feed, everything that's going on, all the groups that you're in as a person, all the pages that you've liked and followed as a person, and then also anything else you've connected up. And again, I keep getting back to that. I'll get back to that in a minute. And that's sort of the place. So, after hours, this is where I start to do that, that scroll. And while I'm just on this comment, this is literally how people look at Facebook, right? They don't read things. They will wait until something catches their eye. And this is on a 27-inch computer screen. It's not on a mobile. So mobile, as you know, is a different kettle of fish. So they'll wait and they'll see something catching their eye. And what Meta's doing behind the scenes is it's actually tracking this scroll rate. So the minute I pause, it's like, oh, she must be interested in that. And it notes that. It notes the page you're on. It notes that you stopped for a while. It notes if you did a see more and you go and, read more here. So the first thing when we're using Meta as a business is we've got to stop the scroll. We have literally got to stop often it's mindless. It's mindless scroll. So, I'll often go into a reel that's got a horse on it. So if it catches my attention, and so that's your first trick. Whatever you've got here has got to be something that is instantly stopping the scroll. And it's got to be often bright, colourful, simple rather than complex. This works okay on a 27-inch screen. It's not going to work terribly well on a mobile, I'll tell you now. So whenever you're putting anything as a business onto Meta, you need to get really used to what it looks like on your mobile screen, on a mobile screen via your personal profile, as well as on a computer. And when I say computer, I mean a desktop or a laptop. I mean, I sit behind two 27-inch screens as a desktop because of the amount of work I'm doing and the type of work I'm doing. A lot of people now don't even go down below laptops. You must have at least a laptop if you're going to be a serious business person, because honestly, you're never going to be able to do anything much without it. And that's why I tend to, during the day, I'm sitting at the computer and I'm on Facebook and all the various places. I do also have I will flick across to the Instagram accounts occasionally. But then after hours, which is usually from around about 5 o'clock onwards, although I'm still working, I'll also be looking at everything on a mobile. So I'm across the best of both worlds, and I encourage you to not only look at a computer screen or a laptop screen and never a mobile, or always and never a mobile, or vice versa, only ever a mobile and never a computer screen. Doesn't matter whether you're doing the work and you're posting the work and you've got or you've got a VA or an agency doing it for you. You must know how things are working. And see this one, I can automatically tell you that would work okay on a mobile. That wouldn't work so well on a mobile. That wouldn't work so well on a mobile, and probably not that as well. I'll just see if I can. Sometimes you can get an idea of. Okay. See that? And it's not really a crash hot. Let's try iPhone 12 Pro. Not exactly how it would look on the app. On the app, puppy's just decided to be a bit silly. It's not exactly how it would look on an app, but as you can see, I can't read this. Like I cannot read that writing there. So you've always, that one's better. That one's better. That one's better. This is too small, and I don't even know what this logo is. So you really got to get used to checking anything on a mobile before you even go post it. See that? See how clean and crisp and clear that is. And this this flowed in as I started the video, so it automatically made my brain stop because my brain was taking. So what's this thing that's flying in? This something like this. See, this is perfect. A really appealing, simple photo. This is in a group. Appealing, simple photo, and automatically my brain's, oh, yum, what is that? What's that? It stopped. Now it's an unconscious thing normally. Now I've gone down the rabbit hole of, and I'll always stop on animals. This is why things like cute animal videos and cute dog videos and cute horse videos do so well, because they make people stop the scroll. Do they make people buy? Usually not, but that's a whole other story. So there's the personal feed, and then below that, when you set up a page now, so create new page, blah 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 blah, what's its category, what's its bio, add all the various things in, it will automatically create a page, a new account for that page, which is where Meta Business Suite comes in. So Meta Business Suite is now the level below the personal feeds. And as I've said, I've gone into the profile for the Meta Business, the profile for the page when I'm on here. If I was to switch, and because I'm going to switch back to there, it's automatically, no, it hasn't done it this time. Usually it forces the personal one back as well when you're on the same browser. So what can you do in this? Quite a lot. But the Meta Business Suite is the middle layer, not the biggest, most important layer. You can see the notifications, you can see the planner, you can see the content, you can see lots of things. You can add in, you can manage page roles, all that sort of stuff through Business Suite. But because it's defaulted to facebook.com, that's the biggest reason why you would not want to add in Instagram accounts, VAs who are working for you, or connect with agencies that are working for you, doing it this way. The Meta Business Suite should, and this is all my personal opinion, take it or leave it, should only be used for things like managing the page, creating posts, creating reels, looking at the content. I've still got to go to manage the Facebook page to actually do much. And it didn't really do that, so I don't know what that was about. Honest to God, I've been, I classify myself as a Meta expert. However, there's still times where I think, oh, where do I need to be to do all this? So, don't take this as gospel. So the Business Suite, what am I doing on it? I'm looking at notifications. I'm mostly content on here. Insights is a big thing that we do on here. Viewing the insights, having a look at what went up, what went down, how it's all going, what audience is being addressed. And the inbox is the other thing I do a big thing on. They've just brought the lead center in. Honestly, I'm not using much of that at the moment. And I do occasionally, if I don't have the business settings open, I will be using this to get to the business settings. I will also be using this to get to the ads manager, which I do automatically have open. Hey, excuse me. Oi, Papa, come here. to the ads manager, and that's a different level again. So Meta Business Suite, don't stop there. You've got to always, if you're running a business that is heavily involved in everything, even from just running a Facebook business page and an Instagram account, and having to link up the Instagram account and the Facebook business page, you must have a Meta Business Manager, which is quite different. And that controls, so I've actually got three, because I've got three various things going out. So this is the personal one. This is the personal account, but then I've got two business managers, one that is DOS, one that is DBA, which is an old name I used to run under, and then a third one which is got a few things quarantined over it in case I come a cropper with an ad account shut down. And if you are doing a lot of ad work, particularly if you're in a slightly slightly dangerous niche, or you really don't know what you're doing, the beauty of having three business managers is DOS is my main one, Dynamic Online Service. And does it want to change? That wants to change. And that is partnered with DBA. So everything in DOS backs up to DBA. And conversely, I've got some backup going across here to the third business manager as well. You can have multiple business managers. Again, the more you have, the more confusing it gets. And trust me, sometimes I don't know where the hell I am. I want to go back to DBA. So I've got ad accounts in one, but I'm sharing assets across. It won't always get you out of trouble if you get hacked, but sometimes it will. Sometimes, however, it allows the hack to go broader, so you need to be really careful. But I generally don't believe they're hacking in at the business manager account level. I think they're hacking in at other levels. So in the business manager, you've got users, you've got accounts, pages, ad accounts, you've got various data sources, catalogs, pixels, you've got your domains. I don't never use that, have no idea what that is. You've got connected apps. Have I got anything connected? No, I don't have any connected apps in there. Billings and payment, obviously. Security center. Is there a backup admin? This is the other reason for having a number of business manager accounts. You can have backup admins. You always must have backup admins. It's often a husband or a wife or a brother or sister or mother. Mothers tend not to be so good, but then I'm very, very old and my mother is very, very long gone. But you always must have a backup admin, and they to some degree should be, again, quarantined off from what you're doing. So the chances of being able to hack both of you and remove everything and get both of you off are much more reduced if you've got two very distinct accounts talking to each other. And that backup admin should be through a business manager account, not just a personal account. Two-factor, we see this virtually everywhere else, but there are three options. So two-factor, it's absolutely dreadfully annoying. I hated it. I resisted it for a long time, but then common sense told me I had no choice. So two-factor is that all annoying when if I get logged out, or I have a new computer, or I lose a phone, or whatever that looks like, and I'm trying to get back in. And even then, sometimes Facebook will just automatically log you out, and they'll like almost purge the system and find out who can get back in. Now, no one, never, ever have no one set. Admins only, I also don't recommend it. Everyone is the one I recommend. And of course, 0 out of 3 people need to turn on before they can access this business. To be honest, I haven't looked at this. Okay, so they're just various profiles and things. So everybody, and where two-factor for everybody comes into place is that it's me as the individual sitting in the middle and the business sitting in the middle below me. So anybody who's connected into my business manager and everybody above me. So every business manager above me, business manager account above me. So businesses I am connected into all must have two-factor on. And quite frankly, if you're working with a contractor or an agency or even a friend who wants to come in and do, admin style things on Meta and they don't have two-factor on, the answer is no, thank you, I am not interested. Because that's a mode in, that's a way in. Because if they don't have two-factor on, particularly if they're connected to people who don't, and someone even, 6 degrees of separation is the old comment, someone gets hacked, that hack can feed up to them, and if they've not got two-factor and you've not got two-factor into them, the hack can feed up to you. So it's not always necessarily your account that gets hacked. My first question is, when a business wants to get me to do things on Meta, do you have two-factor on? Yes, no. Yes, great, let's talk. No, sorry, go find someone else to work with. Do all the people connecting to you have two-factor on? This becomes particularly important if I'm doing agency work, because a lot of them, they tell you they're not, but the truth is a lot of them actually, they outsource to India, to Ukraine, used to be Ukraine, it's not so much anymore, Romania, the Middle Eastern, the Eastern European countries, even places like Bali, Indonesia, Philippines, they outsource a lot, and there's a lot of vulnerability there. Is my business manager verified? In Australia, we don't have a lot of verification going on unless we're in certain specific industry groups like politics, real estate agents, and sorry, not real estate agents, people doing investment advice, and the other big one is sort of the credit agency people. The US is a little bit different, but we can't in Australia get the business manager accounts verified. I wish we could, because I think it would protect our accounts a lot better. So that's the security center. The other big thing that is very important on the business manager is this must be filled in everywhere. When Facebook are asking for details like legal business name, address, phone number, tax ID, blah, 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 they expect them, excuse me, they expect some information to be there. If it's not, then they're like, who is this? Who is this group? This is where a lot of the fake accounts, even if they're doing fake business managers and fake business suites, a lot of this doesn't get filled in. And it is, if you get hacked and you go to Meta and you say, right, I've been hacked, they'll go and look at these things and they'll say, but who the hell are you? Why did you not have any of this filled in? Are you really a proper business? Are you being seen to operate at a business level? The same as the ATO will often define the difference between a hobby and a business is, are you acting as a business? So all of this must be set up. So once you've got all of this set up, you've got your business manager account, you've got all this set up, you put all the information in, you've turned two-factor on for everybody. The first thing you do is you want to add a user. So you want to invite in by email address, not by their name. So get the email address that they use on Facebook is where we are here, and you'll add them in. I can't think of someone I want to add in. You add them in, and when you go through all the settings, you add them in, and when you add them in, it'll automatically say. Just thinking if I've got one I can add in. Let's try that and see next. And then it'll say, okay, so what are you what are they allowed to access? And it's very important that level that you don't give full admin rights to somebody you don't know, particularly also if you don't know how secure their site is. So once you've got the people in there, and that's generally used when you've got someone who's coming in to admin your to do, post content on your page. They're not at the full big on business level. However, having said that, like I've got 2 VAs in the Philippines. If I get a VA in the Philippines and I say to them, right, I want you in to start posting content for me, generally, if they don't have a business manager a proper Facebook Meta business manager account set up, the first thing I'm going to say to them, right, you need to set that up. And you need to be brought in via a partner into my account. So the DVA business manager is partnered with the DOS business manager and the Karima DOS Australia business manager. And various assets are shared. I have shared various assets with them. And then various assets have been shared back with this account. This is, my account, it gets quite complicated because I've got a lot of backups and stuff going on. So this is the really important bit. Yes, you can do some of these settings via Business Suite, but in my opinion, you shouldn't be. So if I had a contractor, or if assets were shared with me, so let's assume it's not on this account because I don't want to breach confidentiality with some of the people I'm working with, even though you might have seen a few little bits and pieces. If I'm doing work for another business, and I know Jess won't mind me saying her, so I do work for Way Less with Jess and her other account, which is Wellness with Jess. I have partnered the business manager in with her, and she's then shared assets, and more to the point, she's got on a shared screen with me, and I've told her where to click. Various assets I have been given access to. Now, what's the importance there is A, from the point of view of the hacking, and B, if you've got someone who you're working with now, whether it's an agency, whether it's a contractor, or you're a contractor or an agency working up for a business, working with other businesses, and you want to sever that relationship at any time, maybe because of a hacking issue, or maybe because you just finally stopped working with them, then you can sever yourself easily and simply by removing. I can get in here and I can remove anything. So I can remove anything that's sort of sitting there. I can remove the connection here to this partner. I can remove the connection here to this partner. I can change assets around. So let's say there's something going on the it's not here on this screen. You do it. It's often up here. It's down here on this screen that you do it. So there's the people, whether that's an individual, and I only ever do people as individuals for like within my own organization, whether it's your partners, that's down to my contractors and up to other businesses I work with. Then you add in the pages. So is there a new page? You can either add a page, you can request access to a page, or you can create a new page. Create a new page is here. This is where I would be creating a new page, nowhere else. So add a page, Facebook page name or URL, you get it. That automatically puts it in here. And then once you've got the page in here, you then assign which people are allowed to work on that page. And there's various degrees of working on the page. So whether they're working on the page as a whether they're working on a page assigned as a person or assigned as a partner. And so if push comes to shove and you want to get rid of one of these people really quickly in a hurry, or because you've finished working with them, it's as simple as hitting the trash. You must, as a business, own all of your assets. Never ever work with an agency or a contractor, or I don't care if they're the world's leading top guru who says, "Oh, I'm going to own it all, and I'm just going to, let you occasionally look at it, or never let you look at it," which sometimes happens. There is only some very, very, very specific instances, and I do have one that's in that boat. I managed to pull a client out of a massive Facebook or Meta shutdown. She didn't get her Instagram shut down, but she got all her ad access shut down on her page, a page with 1.2 million followers on it. Obviously, she didn't want to lose a lot of that. She got all ad access. So, long story short, after months and months and months of work, I do own the business. I own the business manager that has new assets that we created set up with it, and she has full access into there. But I don't know whether I'm 100% confident with comfortable with that, because at any one point in time I can lock her out. Now, I'm not going to do it, and I do not say that that's how it should be done. This was a very specific instance where I managed to get her advertising on Meta, on Facebook and Instagram, back up by this very convoluted hack. But it's not generally what you want to do. Ad accounts are the same. You need to create various ad accounts. Who owns them? What pages are associated with those ad accounts? You add the people. You also add in where are we? Okay. A lot of times I'll hear people say, "I don't have access to things." That's usually because they're looking in their personal account, and it's because it hasn't been set up this way. So it needs to have been set up this way, where the person has been brought into the business manager, or the Meta business manager. Like I brought myself in here as the Meta business manager, and then I've assigned various pages to it. I've assigned various ad accounts to it, and I'm on this one, which doesn't have any Instagram. Again, same thing I've assigned. If I go over to here, this has Instagram accounts. Instagram accounts assigned, and that dictates what can and can't be seen. Often back down here at the, how people will say, I can't access there's two things I hear. One, I hear I can't access my create. If you can't access the Instagram that's here, it's because it's not linked behind the scenes in Business Manager. And also I hear a lot about when I'm posting to Instagram and I want it to automatically feed across to Meta and to Facebook and vice versa. That's not happening. Most of the time it's because it's not set up properly down the back end here. The same with access to catalogs, access to pixels, all of that sort of stuff. So let's go back to DBA. E-commerce accounts are the same. So there's, if you can't generally get into, no, it was in DOS that I saw it. If you've got e-commerce, like I'm talking Facebook stores, Instagram stores, if you can't get into them, it's generally because it's not all linked up here on the back end. So this is the e-commerce account sitting on the Pet Care Magic Facebook page, and who can access it? Shopify can access it, and my Shopify store, because the Shopify store can access it, and Karima can access it. And if I had certain other partners connected in, I would have a partner there too. So this is the powerhouse. This is the bit that really dictates everything that's going on. And I could go into a lot more here, but I probably won't. So pixels is the same. Who can access the pixels? It doesn't have any pixels set up for it. What else do I need to tell you? Oh, ads manager. So then the ads manager is another like subset of what you can see. So when you've got ad accounts, you've got ad accounts set up within this business manager. And when you open the DOS main account, I don't have ad account set up on everything for this. So I've got an ad account called DOS main account that actually, I'm hesitating because it actually hasn't been named very well. I can open this in Ads Manager. Because I have it all interlinked, I can also see all of this through Backup DOS. I can see all of these ad accounts through all sorts of other things because I've got it all interlinked. Don't run ads in your personal account. They will give you a ads manager in your personal account. Do not run ads there. You need to run ads through your main account. I very rarely look at these top level things. I usually go straight into campaigns. And again, the same, because I've got it all linked up here, I can swap and change between the various ones. The only one I've got ads running in at the moment is this, so I lie, I've got ads running in Jess's one as well. I don't have ads running in this, I've got it running. Yes, I do. I do. No, I don't. That still looks like it's turned on, but it's not turned on. I do have ads running in this one. This is Jess's one that we've got, the one that was having trouble getting ads. We've got a limited amount of ads running in this one. So because it's all linked up across in the back end in the business manager, the permissions are allowing me to swap and change when I get out in here. See, this is this business manager. It's allowing me to swap and change between them because it's all linked up in the back end and all the permissions are set up there. I think that's probably all I can tell you for now. So if you like this information, look, honestly, if you're struggling with this, the best thing you need to do is just get on a shared screen with someone like me. I tend to, if it's fairly simple, I will tend to do that for free if I can sort things out easily. I will not work with a person who says this is not happening because of this. Well, half the time it's not happening because you just haven't set it up right. On rare occasions, I have had to actually sign in. You didn't hear this, Meta, you didn't hear me say this. Sign in as that person, and there are certain specific ways to do that. Again, you will get yourself in trouble if you're trying to sign in on different browsers, even on different Google Chrome accounts within. So Google Chrome, obviously, I'm running. I'm not sure where is this going to show you. No, it's not. I'm running various Google Chrome accounts. There's at last count about 15 of them. Even if you're signed in on different Google Chrome accounts on the same browser, which is Chrome, you're going to get yourself in trouble. And again, that is often, some of the hacks going on. I run Firefox as well, and I'm just about to play with another browser where often that's how I will hive off sign-ins on completely different, on the same bit of software, but completely different sign-ins, whether it's for me or for an account. Some of the software I'm working with, like Klaviyo, and what was the other one I came across the other day? Shipit, Klaviyo, ShipStation. There was another one I came across the other day. They get really confused if you're trying to do multiple sign-ins. The problem is some of them, they don't allow a user to be added. So, but anyway, that again is another video. So this is going up on YouTube. She should be going out live right now to YouTube. I will also post it on Facebook and Instagram later on once it's all up and loaded. And as I say, if this is something you're struggling with, talk to me. As I said, I do a certain amount of this for free, depending. It's a little hard at this time of year because it's Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and Christmas setup, so things are a little bit difficult. But most of the time, it's getting in the back end here via a shared screen with you on Zoom and working out what you've got set, what you haven't got set, and how we can navigate all of that. Can I fix hacked accounts? Maybe. Depends on why they've been hacked, how they've been hacked, and what setup you had in before they got hacked. The purpose of this video is to try and help you set this up before all of that happens. You will always have access, so long as you've got a Meta, excuse me, a Meta business manager in place. You should always have help, have access to the help support. So if you don't have access to the help support, this is because you haven't set this up properly. If you get hacked, I can't say I've ever seen a person that's got hacked and this has been hacked into. So you should still have, you know, you'll get in here and you might have, you know, say your ad account's been hacked or your page has been hacked. They'll be gone from in here, but generally not this complete thing. It's because people are trying to run all this from a personal account that they're getting in trouble. And while I'm just here, additional, I don't want to go to, I want to help center. Generally the way into support nowadays is you've got to tell them what page. Oh, look, start chat is automatically there. Interesting. You don't always, you don't. Honestly, that is, you very rarely see that. So, so that's great. I'm not, I am really, really, really surprised. Normally I've got to go through troubleshoot a disabled account. No, most of the time, this just takes me into their information. I don't want to go into their information. I know all that information. Normally, I've got to go through about 5 different levels of. Let's see what happens when I go on this. Normally, they ask me, "What's your email address? What page are we talking about?" Okay, continue. All right. I don't know where that's gone. I don't know why that's gone there, but anyway. So start now. I mean, the thing about Meta is that literally, even I end up going around this lovely little roller coaster. So if you need to get on chat, it's asking me to sign into Messenger. I have no idea why. If you need to get onto chat, you normally you got to, what you've got to do is normally get past all of these written articles. What they're trying to do is get you to sort out what they've already got written. All of this stuff, and again, most of the time I ignore it. I just keep digging and digging and digging and digging until I generally can end up connecting with a. Usually it's a bot at the very beginning. There's chat down there as well. New chat, Meta support center. This is chats I've had. Okay. So this is chats I've had in the past. I'm in chat here somewhere. I have no idea what it's doing, but anyway. This changes all the time. I've never seen that come up there before. Maybe they're responding to the fact that we're complaining bitterly all the time. You can generally get to chat if you've got a Meta business account, business manager. And also, I have 3 set up, remember? So, and I've got interconnectivity between the 2. So generally, if I've got a problem on one, I can generally get to it on the other. So before I start raving on everything, let me shut a few things down here now. And I think that's probably enough to be in your ear about at the moment. Hit me up with comments in the YouTube video or where I posted this on my Meta accounts if you want to know a bit more. Most of this sort of stuff I cannot do in just a chat reply. I can generally help a certain number of people. I will not guarantee anything because I can't say that I'll always have an answer to your problems. And honestly, there's some problems I despite what I don't like saying, I've just said to the person, I'm sorry, your stuff's all gone. And on that note, what you do is you make sure you download everything you can download. You make sure you take a copy. You make sure when you post stuff up, you post it from a file that is in your control. You know, you don't just post on the fly and never have those images somewhere else. Even things like when we're creating reels and that sort of thing, you can download a reel, If you can save information when you've got ad manager account stuff going on, you can usually create the report and download that report. You want to be doing, if you're doing a lot of advertising and you want to know what's happened and what has happened, what has you know, impression numbers, reach, landing pages, amounts spent, all of that sort of stuff. You create it and then you set it up so that it is going to save a copy and it's going to download copies automatically to you, export out all the information and download the copies to you. And you need to have, if you're doing a lot of advertising, and on some of the big accounts I am, where I'm doing it, you know, I'm doing a heap of complex campaigns and I need to know what went on, what went off, what time it was on, what sort of results we got. I run all that through Airtable so that I've got an off meta information about what happened and what didn't happen and what sort of metrics we were dealing with. You can't dispute a billing problem on Meta if you can no longer see the billing records. But if you've downloaded a report from them, then you've at least got some legs to stand on. Anyway, have a lovely week, and all the rest of it, and I'll catch you next time.